Alright, it's gonna be a trade recap how I made $500.50 today on my funded accounts day trading the Nasdaq this morning. This is one trade I took this morning. I'll also go over the Asia session trade I took last night. But yeah, so this is the one trade I took this morning. I post my daily bias video in my free Discord. Link that'll be in the description. And basically exactly what I said I wanted to happen. Price open, manipulated down all of this LR and these lows, and then got a long back up. I did end up trailing right here to a 1-to-1 because ES took out these highs. I was targeting these 1 hour relative equal highs, but as we can see right here, ES took them out, so I trailed to a 1-to-1 because of the SMT, and I was able to get out at a 1-to-1, which ended up saving me from getting break even. But let's go over this trade, why I took this, and then yeah. So coming into the day, high time frame looks like shit. I'm not gonna lie. High time frame super choppy, just consolidating. But we have this daily gap above. This has been my draw for like 5 days now, and just hasn't gotten hit. But it's still my draw. This daily gap, but the 4 hour, 1 hour, neither of them have any gaps or anything. 30-minute doesn't either. So I was looking at the 15-minute was the only one that did. We had this 15-minute intermediate low here. We actually SMT'd this before market open, but I want to see all these lows get taken out. We also did have like our perfectly equal lows right here on NQ, which was actually a really good short here that I'll go over that I ended up missing, but I'll go over that as well. So basically, I just wanted to see, manipulation lower and get a continuation higher. Very simple, very easy, and that's exactly what we got. So if market opens right here, we just immediately dump down to that 15-minute intermediate low. And at this point, I was looking for an inversion. We did have this 3-minute. I did not wait for this 3-minute. I ended up taking a 1-minute right here. I took this 1 minute. So this was the actual the play that I took was right here, this inversion. I just got a really bad fill, so obviously I would have much rather had this. I would have just targeted this and got a 1-to-2. Would have been a way better day, but it is what it is. I ended up getting filled way up here on this candle, and then I thought I was going to get instantly stopped out because we did tap into a bearish 5-minute right here. Oh, 2 bearish 5 minutes, I didn't even notice, but I didn't really care about these 5-minute gaps. Like there was no reason for these gaps to send price back to my stop loss. This low is super protected. We have all this LR right here leading up to relative equal highs, leading up to an unfilled daily gap. So there was no reason for me to go break even. This ended up holding through here, and then yeah, price I ended up going break even at this high. Then I was holding up to these highs, but I ended up trailing to here to get the 1-to-1 because ES ended up taking these highs and we SMT'd it. So yeah, very simple trade there. I didn't wait for the highest time frame inversion on this. As if you can see, if I did, I would have got bad fill. I guess you could have waited for the 5-minute, entered off of this. This would have worked for a 1-to-1. Now you could have done that, which is not a bad play at all. But I ended up getting this. I should have got a better fill down here. Unfortunately, I didn't. But yeah, a trade like this would have been a whole lot better. But it is what it is. We'll take our 1-to-1, and we will not complain. So the relative equal highs did. Now we just made perfect equal highs. Let's see if NQ did. No, so we just have more highs right there. So it's generating more liquidity leading towards that daily gap. But anyway, this was the trade that I took. I want to go over this short as well because this was a super, super nice short. It triggered just before. I'm going to turn off my execution marks real quick. It triggered just before market open. So I didn't take it. Honestly, I do wish I did. It's right here in this 5-minute. Let's go to replay mode. I mean, this was like textbook right here. NQ, I already have it drawn out here actually. So NQ had perfectly equal lows right here and all this LR leading down to the sell side here. And then we tapped into this 15-minute for value gap right here. Swept out this 5-minute high inside of that gap. And then we got this 5-minute inversion. Super clean trade. The problem with this was the entry was literally right at 9:30 open because this candle closed at 9:30 open. So you would have entered right as 9:30 open. But either way, I wish I'd taken this. I didn't take it. I saw it happening, but I actually didn't realize that we were delivering out of a gap. So I realized it a little too late, and then you can't really get a late entry on a 9:30 move because it moves so quickly. But really, really nice short here. And if you took this, great job because that was a really, really good trade. And now let's go over our Asia session trade that I took last night. What the heck? Wait, what day? Oh, this is Thursday. Never mind. Okay. Thursday. Okay, we're somewhere over here. Where's 8 p.m. open? Okay, right here. So here's 8 p.m. open right here. So here's right before Asia session open. Again, I was still bullish because of that daily unfilled above. You know, I have been using the same condition for a while now. But we did have this daily volume imbalance below here. I did also have this marked out. So basically, these are my like my two draws with this daily volume imbalance and then this daily for value gap. So let me go over how I determine which one I was going to go towards. Oh my goodness, I hate when that happens. So simply put, I went a 30-minute. I drew out equilibrium of our most recent range, which was this high to this low. As we can see here, we had a bullish gap right here, right around equilibrium. And then we had this bearish gap right here, also right around equilibrium. So these are my two conditions. Basically, if we respect this and go up, then I'm bullish. If we respect this and go down, then I'm bearish. Super simple. We ended up actually hitting this before market or before Asia open, and we were clearly respecting this this bullish gap. So I was leaning bullish here to this unfilled 30. Also, this was even better actually on NQ. We had perfectly equal highs right here. So perfectly equal highs, perfectly equal highs, perfect equal lows. They get visited. I mean, I don't want to say every time, but pretty darn close to every time. So I was very bullish because of that. And then 8 p.m. opens. I don't really think we didn't really get anything super good off 8 p.m. Like we didn't even resweep this low. I was waiting for this low to get reswept, but we end up just inversing this 5-minute here, which I didn't like this obviously because of this fill. Now we were inside this 30-minute bearish gap. I didn't really care about it because of those equal highs, and we had all this liquidity. We just had like a look at this like bunched up liquidity right here. Like that's a really good draw. Prices very likely to go towards that. So I was really just looking for an entry up to there. So we'd ended up not taking that 5-minute. I waited for some sort of retrace here. Actually, the 5-minute barely even got to close because like I might have taken the CISD, but we didn't end up getting that. But we do retrace all the way down to here. Equilibrium of this range, OTE of this range, 2-minute for value gap. Technically, not a high time frame key level like I usually like to use, but it was just super obvious with those equal highs. And then we get a super nice inversion, healthy inversion right here. Boom, that was my entry. I don't remember where I put my stop loss, but it was somewhere around here. Yeah, it was like right here or something. And then yeah, targeted these relative equal highs, and then I didn't go break even at all really. I went break even like these highs up here. But yeah, so super clean trade there. So yeah, Asia session moved super nice last night as it has been. New York session moved super nice this morning. Hopefully it's getting better, but now as we can see, we get those two initial moves off open, and now it's just doing this again. This is how it's been every day. We get like maybe one or two moves off open, like this move down, this move up, and then now we're just gonna do this the rest of the day, or the rest of the morning. So this is just something you don't want to participate in. It's just trash. But either way, again, join my free Discord. Link to that will be in the description. Also, follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I post a lot of educational stuff on there about different trades and stuff. But yeah, thanks guys for watching, and let's have hopefully you guys had a good August. I didn't. August was by far the worst month of the year for me. So August was shit. So next month, hopefully, next week we start September, and hopefully September has better price action, and hopefully we have a better month September. But yeah, good momentum going into September with these last few days with, I'm 3-0 in the last 3 days off of my 2 Asia session trades and now this trade. So hopefully we get some good mo going into September, and thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.